New Victorian restrictions. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, and let's have a look at the new and changed restrictions in Victoria that came into effect last night. And let's see if small businesses are being taken care of, or if they're being left behind. So this is a statement from the Premier of Victoria. So, there's been plenty said about how challenging 2020 has been. He's right there. And it's true, this year has asked more of us, taken more from us than any year ever. Well, no, it's not the year. It's not the year. The year hasn't taken it from people. You have. The Premier has. Your Parliament has. All the politicians who voted to pass things through. All the people who voted for the Omnibus Bill. They've taken things away from people. Never forget that. But 2020 has also proven without a doubt the incredible, courageous Victorians. Does it take courage to do as you're told and stay at home? Would it take courage? I'd suggest courage would be maybe the leaders not just going along with everyone else. Maybe questioning and challenging. But, you know. We've found it in ourselves to stay the course, and as a state, million strong, we're defeating this virus. Other places around the world have not been so successful. Back in August, and at our peak, we reported 725 daily cases. At the same time, the UK recorded 892. Today, as Victoria records 2 new cases, the UK hit 16,171. Okay. UK population, I'm going to look it up now, is 66.65 million. UK population, let's look up Victoria population. Is 6.35 million. Okay, come on. UK population density. Let's look that up right now. 274.71 inhabitants per square kilometre. Do they have Victorian population density? They do. Oh, 25. It's 10x. This is the problem with making these comparisons. It sounds good, and the average punter will just look at it and go, duh, oh yeah, thank you for saving me, Premier. Here's my vote. I'm worried that's going to happen in Queensland. You can't compare the UK to other different climate, different diet, different sunlight exposure, different cultural mix. That's going to impact the ability of you to simply spread messages around to people. See, in the UK, I doubt they could have locked up their public housing as efficiently as you could, Andrews, in Victoria. You know, there might have been a bit more of an outrage. So, and you need to look at deaths, you don't need to look at case numbers, guys. We are seeing states and cities, not so different from our own, overwhelmed by the second wave. Well, I just showed you how the example you gave is significantly different than your own. Doctors and nurses being asked to decide which of their patients are worthy of their care. That's nothing at all new. Okay, that's just a completely emotional statement. That's always going to happen throughout all history. You're never going to have this socialist utopia where everyone gets perfect support and perfect free treatment. Never. It's never going to exist. And communities, entire countries confronting the reality that this will be the normal until there is a vaccine. And that's what scares me. He's not even calling it COVID normal anymore. He's just saying normal. That's what scares me. You've got the WEF, World Economic Forum, pushing for a great reset. You've got the IMF, International Monetary Fund, pushing for a new Bretton Woods, a current global currency reset. You've got most central banks in the world pushing for digital currencies, which they can control and intervene in the market. You can't miss an opportunity, guys. We've escaped the awful eventuality, have you? With modest act of greatness and kindness, we've endured this together. Today, and on the strength of the success, we'll be able to progress a number of changes. I know these changes can't be absolutely everything everyone wants, but they're the steps we can safely take that will make life a bit easier. From 11:59 tonight, so right now, guys, from last night, the 5-kilometer limit for exercise and shopping will be extended to 25 kilometers. 2-hour time limit for exercise and socializing will also fall away. Oh, isn't that nice? You can go out for more than 2 hours and up to 25 kilometers. This just shows you how ludicrous it was, these interventions. Luckily, it didn't go full 1984, and they all had group exercises at designated times. Outdoor sports settings like tennis courts, golf courts, and skate parks will be able to reopen. All allied health professionals currently operating will be able to resume face-to-face care. See, I was surprised that the doctors couldn't even do face-to-face care. When we went here, doctors were all suited up. Outdoor real estate auctions will be able to take place with up to 10 people plus the required staff. Oh, there you go, agents. There you go. You're getting your auctions back. I'm surprised that wasn't at the top. Auctions are back in Victoria. Bring that stamp duty. And in good news for those sizing up the scissors or cautiously contemplating a busk. Oh, what the? I mean, come on. Hairdressers will be able to open with strict safety protocols in place. My mother actually had a hair care business in Victoria. She's a hairdresser. I know, I can't really take advantage of it, but she used to have mobile hair care down there when we were living there, and she'd just drive all around Victoria doing mobile haircuts. Did much better in Victoria than in Queensland. We think it's because of the weather. From tonight, groups of up to 10 people from 2 households will also be able to gather in outdoor public places. They could be for exercise or a picnic in the park. Oh, thank you, Dictator. Is everyone lighting their candle in front of the picture of Dan they've got on the wall? You've got to thank him, guys. Make an offering. From tonight, groups of up to 10 people from 2 households will also be able to gather in outdoor public places. I've already read that again. I'm repeating myself. Probably because it's just thrown me. I know some people will reasonably ask why it's limited to 2 households and not 5 or 10. But by limiting the number of households, we're limiting any potential spread of the virus. We're also able to get thousands more Victorians back to work, particularly those who work outside. But that includes tradies undertaking outdoor maintenance and repair work, mobile pet groomers, and photographers. I mean, it'll be good for these people. But we saw, there was evidence of lawn maintenance already occurring at the Labor campaign offices. So these are the changes we can make safely from tonight. I need another coffee for this one, guys. We'll need to wait a bit longer until 11:59 on the 1st of November to take the rest of the third step that will see retail, hospitality, and personal care services open again. This is a timeline that is based on the current advice of our public health team, the people that haven't resigned. But if we continue to track well on the most important indicators, cases, averages, mystery cases, test numbers, and the number of days of people waiting to get tested, we may be in a position to move sooner. These indicators help tell us the story that sits behind a case and understands how we can safely make our next moves. My commitment to Melburnians: we'll review this data each and every day this week, and when we get to next weekend, if we can move earlier and do it safely, we will. When we do reach the third step, it will also mean we move from stay home to stay safe with no restrictions on the reason to leave home. Under this step, all remaining retail will open. So, potentially retail could open on the 2nd of November. Restaurants, cafes, and pubs will open. And personal and beauty services will be able to offer treatment to clients as long as a face mask can be worn. These businesses will be able to have staff on site for a dark opening from the 28th of October, giving them time to prepare to open their doors to the public. We'll also be able to get a bit further onto home visits too, allowing households to have 2 people and their dependents visit their home once per day. See, for us, that'd be us, Rachel and I, rocking up with 5 kids. The other aspects of our roadmap for accommodation to outdoor sports will also be introduced. I know there will be plenty of people who want to know when they can head to regional Victoria, and unfortunately for now that's off the cards. As we've seen this week, this virus is wildly infectious, and we all need to help protect the hard-won gains of our regional communities. Because we're doing so well in regional Victoria, we'll be able to make a few changes there too. From tonight, regional libraries and toy libraries will be open to a maximum of 20 people indoors. People will be able to hold outdoor religious gatherings of up to 20 people and 50 from November 1. And in good news for our regional hospitality businesses, they'll be able to open up to 40 customers indoor and up to 70 outdoors from tonight. Stay safe is more important than ever. So please keep wearing a mask, keep maintaining your distance, and if you feel sick, get tested and stay home. I understand that some of these changes won't be enough. They'll want more. They'll want it sooner. The people you represent, the people whose livelihoods have been destroyed, who can't work. How greedy of them. Them, they, other, bad, wrong thinkers. Don't worry, I'm sure the PSOs will keep them in line. But the whole way through this, we've been guided by our public health experts and their advice, yes, which constantly changes. WHO has changed their entire recommendation for what you're doing. Fantastic, eh? This is the thing. We're in the danger of falling into a health, well, essentially unelected public health officials giving ultimate control. You can't even question it. If you don't stand there clapping, as you know, in the UK, you don't clap at a certain time. They'll dob you in. The neighbours will dob you in. You know, as the health officials are walking up and down. When other health officials have completely alternative arguments. When the entire basis of these lockdowns has been questioned over a decade ago. Because the economic and other consequences of it are so severe. None of us ever want to do this again. Now that's the scary thing, everyone. This has now been set as a precedent. If you're in a business, you need to have funds on side for emergency lockdowns. You need to keep your staff employed. This is going to be scarring on our entire culture. How many people will leave Victoria now? We've come too far, sacrificed too much to give up now. And here's the question. Are the sacrifices worth it? We're so close. These are the safe, steady steps that will see us out of this and see us through to the other side. So let's have a look at the ARA's response to this. The Australian Retailers Association, because they have been, well, quite vocal and critical about all of the implementations and the lockdowns, because the retail sector has been able to implement risk management strategies. So the Australian Retail Association despaired lifts for retailers as the reopening date is set for the 2nd of November. The Australian Retailers Association said today's announcement by the Victorian Premier of a likely 2nd of November reopening date for stores with an immediate reopening for hairdressers brings enormous relief for retailers and Victorians and comes off the back of many months of intense advocacy. ARA CEO Paul Zara said the ability for store staff to return to physical stores on the 28th of October to prepare the stores for Christmas is a clear sign the government has listened to advice from the sector. Whilst this date is many weeks later than would have been hoped, it is just in time for the official start of Christmas shopping period, and a very welcome news for retailers who've been desperately seeking clarity for months. I mean, there's some retailers that make a big chunk of their revenue over the Christmas period. The ARA has been calling for store staff to have the ability to return earlier to begin the arduous task of store preparations in time for the busiest and most important trading period of the year, he said. Mr. Sara said every day counts in managing customer expectations and spreading demand to keep struggling retailers afloat, and the ARA is hopeful that the November 2 deadline may come forward if infection rates continue to decline. The extended lockdowns have destroyed thousands of retail jobs, and whilst retailers have been doing everything they can to stay optimistic and keep their teams employed, many can't hold on much longer, he said. Retailers make up to 2/3, wow, of their profits at this time of year, and that income has never been more desperately needed, he said. I mean, how many businesses are going to hold on for this and then shut it down? What do you think? Each day we get closer to Christmas creates a challenge to retailers in managing pent-up demand and crowds. Not only are businesses needing to prepare for any COVID-related measures, they also need to be getting ready for Christmas, which includes potentially hiring extra workers and ordering and merchandising new inventory, he said. The retail sector employs 1 in 10 Australians. A quarter of the country's retail sales come from Victoria. As the logistics capital of the country, most retail warehousing and distribution is based in Victoria, he said. So there we have it, everyone. The ARA's take on this. Optimistic, but, well, frustrated, and many desperate retailers. 1 in 10 Australians are working in retail, everyone. This is why you hear all the articles saying women are the worst affected by this, well, by the economic recession, because so many of them are in retail. Because it's a people-focused trade. It's a people-focused business. And, well, women prefer it to men often. They're more sociable. Men are men are more disagreeable. That's, I hate to tell you, all the SJWs that are freaking out at that claim, that's called nature, you know. That's why. That's why we get these differences. And this is the problem with having all of these restrictions. You're gonna hit the poorest people. So we'll have to see, everyone. What do you think? We'll just jump here. Here's the summary. So reasons to leave home. And this is the second step in Melbourne. So stay at home unless you're obtaining necessary goods within 25 kilometres, care or compassionate reason, work or education, exercise or social interaction, other specific reasons. I mean, this will be good. This will be good. People need to get out. Shopping for necessary goods and services, caring for child minding, end of life, and resting place. You can do interstate travel is not allowed. Face coverings are still required. So gatherings of people, home, a single person bubble, and public places, households of 10 from 2 families. And we can see here study primary and secondary students from October 5, from October 12, prep to year 7, 26, year 8 to 10. Sport and recreation. Outdoor sports and recreation of up to 10 people for a maximum of 2 households within 25 kilometres of your residence or workplace. If no facility is required, or more than 10 people if all from the same household. Personal training outdoors, up to 2 people, trainer not included in cap. Outdoor communal gym equipment is open. Fitness or dance classes, including closed classes associated with gym activity, are still closed. Indoor swimming, open for one-on-one hydrotherapy sessions with a health professional, so you can't swim. Outdoor swimming pools open for exercise limited to the number of people permitted by the density quotas, maximum of 30. Publicly accessible playgrounds are open. Outdoor only. Play centers are closed. Skate parks are open. Trampoline centers are closed. Libraries and toy libraries are only open to facilitate collection and return of books. Childcare centers open to all children. In-home child minding allowed for all children. Only one child minder extended to external to the household is permitted. Hospitality, takeaway, and delivery only. There you go. And then everything will kick in for them in November 1. But still, not full capacity. Not full capacity. Is this worth it? How many businesses are we going to lose? How many people's livelihoods are we going to lose? How many people are they sacrificing for this? Shopping, retail and personal care, hairdressing is open. Beauty and personal care services are closed. What's the difference? Market stalls open, where predominantly businesses take away food. The market limited to a number of public permitted density quotas. Remote auctions only. Well, then they're going to have house auctions open. Real estate auctions. Wait, that's auction houses, sorry. Real estate auctions permitted outdoor, limited to 10 people. Private property, commercial, and display homes, pre-arranged inspections, one-on-one. So one-on-one inspections have finally gotten back. Closed unless on permit work industry list. And all of these other places are closed. So there we have it, everyone. Ceremonies, indoor religious ceremonies not allowed. Outdoor religious gatherings permitted for a limit of 5 people plus 1 faith leader. Weddings permitted. Funerals 10 people. Accommodation is closed except for permitted purposes. Care facilities. Visitation for patients or residents over 18. Only 1 visitor once per day, maximum of 2 hours. Under 18, up to 2 parents, guardians or carers. Visitation allowed for essential care and support of emotional and social well-being. Transport vehicle maintenance. Safety inspections and maintenance of repairs, including scheduled logbooks, is permitted. Boat maintenance to operate, required for safe operations. Dental clinics, mobile dental services to schools, and APRA, registered health workers and specific allied health workers are allowed. They're currently on the permitted work premises list. Telehealth services must be the first option for care of delivery provided where as appropriate. Industry. Work. Partial return to work for specific industries, otherwise work from home if you can. Permit groups of up to 5 workers to return on-site for work for certain low-risk activity. Outdoor non-essential home maintenance, car washing, mobile pet grooming. I mean, is that important? I guess it is. You can't have your dog. You can't have your dog with long clippers or long nails, can you? Solar power installers, letterboxing for purposes other than local elections. Then COVID-safe plans, work premises, they've got all this here. So there we have it, guys. Changes to the restrictions in Victoria, the first round, as of last night, so today, and then moving forward from the 1st of November. Retail sector, that has really copped it, and hopefully they can get it back. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Reach out to those of you that are living in Melbourne, and Victoria. Keep your chin up. It'll get better. Take care, guys. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.